Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Balance of Peters podcast with your boy King Crush Glass and Manila,
Da Vinci.
and the co-host of our co-hosts,
This is Free La.
and our two wonderful guests.
Miss Sasha. Danny.
So today we're gonna get into a little debate about this Birkin bag thing that Quavo's girl was talking about, and then we're gonna get into some love languages. So, D, run the clip.
Guys, all my pretty bitches in the building. Pretty bitch don't feel so I know that's motherfucking right. It never ever motherfucking wrong. I know that's right. Shout out to all my rich niggas. Got my rich nigga right here. So, back to the streets. Releases tonight. So tap all the fuck way. If he wasting your time, if he not getting you a Birkin, if he not paying for your bills, just throw that nigga back to the streets, okay?
For me, I ain't with it though. I understand she said rich niggas. I understand she said throw them to the streets. But I don't think that's a positive image that we should be shown to the younger generation of women out here. I think it's very corny that she did that. I understand she's an IG model. I understand she makes music. I understand that she had a song that came out about it. But to me, I ain't rocking with that. Us as black people, we don't need to be showing that stuff. I mean, to be honest, when everybody was getting their Trump money, you see niggas buying Gucci. Instead of investing that in themselves in some positive ways, they went to materialistic shit. I'm not with that. What do y'all say?
She ain't lied. She told the truth. Like, of course. You have a rich dude. Do you want him to be at the Coach outlet buying you a bag? Or do you want him to be, doing personal shopping with a personal shopper at Hermes buying you a Birkin? Which one do you prefer? Like, I prefer the Birkin.
So you
rich,
don't want no
you
Gucci.
got it.
You don't want no Gucci. You don't want no product. Like if he rich, you want Birkin. That's the only bag you want is Birkin.
If you have Bugattis and Maybachs, you're in the tax bracket where you can afford a Birkin. Hello, run me my Birkin.
It's true. I would go for a Burberry bag for sure. I remember years ago, I still actually have this card. Years ago when Burberry first opened up in Chinook Mall. I was walking up and down there. I passed the store and there was this bag and it just like sang my name through the window. It was just this beautiful, like deep plum purple colored bag. And I had to go in and I was just like looking at it and I asked them, okay, how much is this bag? And the bag was the medium size and it was $3,700 for the medium. And I was like, you know what? And of course, clearly I wasn't buying the bag, but I said, write down the style number and all of that for me, right? And I still, to this day, I keep this card because for me, the ideal of being even able to purchase that bag with all bills paid, nobody's going hungry, we're not all living in the bag because I'm not paying my rent because I got this bag. That is motivation for me, right? To achieve that. Or at least be on that level where I could even consider it. And honestly, if I had Birkin money and I liked the Birkin bag, I'd buy it. Straight goods. No.
I mean, it is dead quiet. Like I'm just asking, like blue. So you got Burberry, Gucci, Prada, Louis. Those aren't good enough. I mean, even if you were rich, those aren't good enough.
It's not that
it's not that it's not good enough. Like, trust me, I will go and I see a Chanel bag and I thought the bags talked to me too. I thought I was the only one where bags be like, hey, girlfriend, come see me. They call you. So yes, it doesn't matter. But she said, if he's a rich nigga and he don't get you a Birkin, that totally makes sense to me. Like, I'm not gonna ask the regular Joe Schmo that's working at Burger King, flipping burgers and serving up fries, to be like, "Yo, buy me a Birkin or else."
Yeah,
No.
or else to go back to the street. It doesn't matter. So also in that conversation is just the levels. For her 26th birthday, Quavo bought her two as part of her birthday gift. You know, King, you said that your wife loves bags, right? And bags for you and her is a thing. That's how you kind of show your love or your appreciation, or gift her with a new bag every once in a while. You know, a little bit higher level bag than just something from the Coach outlet. So he's doing the same thing, but on his level.
I mean, you could say on his level, but like I said yet again, the messaging is wrong for me. She like, if he's rich and he don't buy you a Birkin, so and pay your bills. Listen, I love my women. I love women in general, but y'all need to stop looking for a handout just because you look good. Okay, y'all need to stop putting these high expectations on people who got money because you look good. Because if all you bringing is your snacks to the table, what 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 constitutes me buying you a Birkin because you look good and you give me some
No,
pussy?
you're assuming because that's how you would view a woman, that it has to do with I guess her fuckability factor, right?
It's not really the
That's
fuckability.
not all she's bringing to the table, but you're making the assumption, even if she just says, if I have a man who's at this bracket and I want him to buy me a bag, that still doesn't have anything to do with her sexuality. I don't know why the two are so closely tied for you. It drives me crazy.
Listen, I know it drives you crazy, but what I'm saying is, we both come to the table, right? Man and woman come to the table. We both say, okay, listen, this is what you got, this is what I got, right? Remember, we're living in 2020. Everybody's supposed to be equal, period. So anything I do, you possibly can do better. Now, she making her money, Quavo making his money. I'm not hating on a rich guy buying his girl Birkin. I'm hating on the girl who's with the rich guy, telling other ladies like, yo, if your sugar daddy ain't gonna buy you a Birkin and pay your bills, toss it to the streets. So what are you doing for the sugar daddy other than a little poo-tang, a little sucky there?
It's not even a sugar.
So it's
You know what? That Birkin could be payment for whack buddy that she has to suffer with in her relationship.
Well, that's her fault. She chose the buddy, okay? She chose the buddy because the buddy had the money, okay?
Not necessarily. You could have played that stuff off as the biggest and best thing, and then she's like,
Well, I don't think it's necessarily that she's a gold digger, or because you have those expectations, you're a gold digger. Number one. Number two, if you are in a approved, everybody knows that he's a sugar daddy and I'm a sugar baby, then they already have that agreement. They've made that agreement. They know what time it is. They grown ups. And so it doesn't matter what their situation is. That is what works for them. They're at a level that they can buy Birkins. I'm pretty sure she has bought Quavo some really expensive, nice gifts because she got it too. She got her own coin. So what? If he says throw his ass to the street if he ain't got a Birkin.
No,
You
let
got
me ask you a
Birkin money,
question.
but no, you don't want to give it to me?
No,
Nah.
let me ask you a question though. Is Quavo on Instagram saying if you don't buy you a Lamborghini, throw her back to the streets?
Oh, dude, say worse, okay?
No. I'm asking you about Quavo and her right now. I'm saying, did Quavo go on Instagram and say, yo, to all my rich niggas, if your girl can't buy you a Lambo and suck your cocky good, throw it to the streets? He out here saying that?
we could find a lyric.
Not that I know
like
of, but I
that.
don't actually follow him on Instagram, so I
Stop
can't say.
with the music, free. I caught you.
But
Okay?
yeah, it's true. It's true. You can find a lyric just like that, because also men at that level don't necessarily want to deal with the girl, regardless if she only looks good, that isn't at least marginally close to where they are. Because I think that's just a whole bag of problems if you almost have a celebrity or, somebody who's wealthy trying to get with, sorry for the term, a regular girl or a regular person. So they're going to have some of those same standards as well. But also, too, men are providers. They like that bravado and to show that kind of stuff off.
No, of course. But you look at Dr. Dre. And you know what? To be honest, I'll be honest here. Most of these rich celebrity relationships, if they started from square one, like Dr. Dre's, his wife was with him when he was struggling and came all the way up. So I understand him buying her a Birkin. She been there from day one, putting in the
Taking
work.
it all now.
Well, I mean, she upset because I think she wanted like $2.2 million a month for living expenses. I was like, yo, P, jump off a bridge head first. Like, get out of here with that. You know what I mean? But
She
she
probably
could
had to
have
put up a lot, and that's why she's asking for that much.
no, listen,
Listen
I'm
here,
not
Dr.
saying
Dre wasn't out here being an angel and a priest, okay? You do remember that he moved out his baby mother, Michelet, and brought her in. So it's not like she was there like day one when he was in, his mom's house. He already had a little bit of coin, and he moved out one baby mother to bring her in. So
listen, I fully understand that. What I'm saying is the certain relationship, like you look at Will and Jada, right? I know the entanglement. But anyways, I just wanted to get that out of the way before somebody said it. But anyways, though, you see that that relationship there, regardless, money wise, it makes sense if she's on there talking about, yeah, if you've been with a guy from day one, he don't buy you a Birkin. You know what I'm saying? I don't really listen to that girl. I don't really listen to Quavo. I don't really listen to the Migos. I'm just talking about social media.
oh, you an old hip hop head.
X straight. Nate Dogg is
You're
the
the one that's
illest.
like,
You better
if it don't say
recognize.
we doing it big for the 99 and 2000s, you're one of those old hip hop heads. Come on now.
Listen,
Get on
all
some
I'm
trap
saying,
music.
all I'm saying is, for me, a man who has a daughter who might be influenced, even though I can attempt to stop some of those influences, you can't guide people all the time and they're gonna follow you. So like for me, seeing what she's saying, I'm like, yo, that set women back 1,000 years. Because we already know women, if they're in a position with a man who provides, there's not expectations, but at the end of the day, he's supposed to provide for you, right? He's supposed to treat you right. He's supposed to do things for you out of the kindness of his heart. Not just because, oh, he got money. So if you got money, you should be paying my bills and buying me a Birkin. I mean, you got the money. And well, what happened to you going and getting it out the mud yourself? Not saying she don't have that. I'm just saying the mentality that she's pushing forth on social media that these young women are going to be watching, they're going to be thinking, oh, yeah, if I look good, maintain myself, I got a little job or a little hustle, and I rub shoulders with the right rich nigga, yeah, I got a Birkin. I got my bills paid. I ain't got to worry about all that.
That's literally what social media is, though. Like, social media is everyone showing the best of the best for the world to see. It's entertainment. It's not real life. Like, even though she says she is not throwing Quavo to the streets because she didn't get a Birkin that she wanted. Trust me.
Listen, she got a Birkin, though. Remember what she said?
She has
buy
one.
you a Birkin and pay your bills, throw them to the street. She didn't show us
Why
no
not?
Birkin. She just said, if you don't get the Birkin and your bills ain't paid, throw them to the streets.
Well, why would I would throw him to the streets too? It could be a regular schmo, and he buy me a Steve Madden bag. But like, it doesn't matter on the level. Like, it's not about the Birkin bag. It's about, does this person actually care? Does this person care to give you nice things,
Or do what he can
or do what he can to add value to your life? Whether it's a Birkin, paying your bills, or giving you money to get your hair done to make you feel good. If he's not adding value to your life, bye. Like, there's no need for it.
I'm not gonna get on my diatribe. No, the Vinci Danny, y'all need to jump in, man, because we actually gonna do this out here. I need y'all to get your piece in first, because she talking about pie. Oh my God.
Well, yeah, you see, I agree with Asha on certain levels, and I agree with you on certain levels. I mean, the message, how it was delivered, I'm not a fan of it, as you're saying, for, younger girls and stuff. And nowadays in social media, it's like, yo, somebody say something, everybody follows them, right?
Mhm.
It's like a herd, like everyone just follow, 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 follow. So on that part, yeah. And as Asha said, hey, if a guy has a Bugatti and has all these cars, what the hell is 15 grand to him, right?
Mhm.
Right? He's supposed to drop that's like pennies to him. So I get it, and that's for people in that bracket. That's for the rich people. So I think her message should have been delivered with more details about that.
What about you, Danny? You awfully quiet today. All I see is teeth. She just sits smiling like, y'all niggas jokes.
I don't know, man. I just don't, like, me personally, I don't feel comfortable having a man do all of that for me, or anyone really. Like, I just, I don't know. Like, if I wouldn't have an expectation of somebody else for things or for anything that I wouldn't be able to provide for myself. I don't know if it's a pride thing or if it's just, I don't know what it is, but I can't be like, yo, this nigga gotta pay my bills, he gotta buy me this, he gotta take me here, like, unless I can do the same thing for him. I don't know.
Now, Ashley, you hear that, right? That's reality.
Of course, it's reality,
I
but
don't know Walt Disney tale. Listen to
sweetie,
me.
she can afford. She's on the same level as Quavo. She has money too. So if Quavo says, "Oh, he wants bust down AP," she can do that for him. So they're on the same level. It's not like one is less than the other. She's independent. She makes her own money. She's a rapper. She's successful. So that's what she's requiring. That's fine. And that's probably the agreement. Quavo knows what time it is. He knows that, hey, this is my girl. I want her to have the best of the best.
Okay, most men that aren't waste men want the best for their significant other.
Exactly.
However they can provide it. Yet again, like I said, with my wife, every once in a while, I chip in or buy her a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not a requirement she has for me. She's not on social media saying, yo, if your man can't get you at least a Gucci bag, throw him to the streets. She ain't out here doing that. And she's an independent, good off woman. I'm saying that the messaging that she's portraying, I'm not talking about her. Yeah, she might have the money, and Quay will have the money. That's all good. And I understand that social media is for entertainment. But at the same time, these young minds don't realize that. You see what I'm saying?
That's where you come in as a parent and you teach your kids the values. You're gonna let social media raise your
kids, right?
Like, I know that you can't.
Kid, but at the end of the day, remember, there's 24 hours in a day, right?
Yeah, you can't be there 24/7.
But listen, you can only guide your child so much. We're all adults here. My parents told me tons of times, don't do this, don't do that, and I still went and did it anyways. So now,
but you learned when you didn't pay attention to what your parents told you, and you found out the hard way. You learned the lesson, didn't you?
By that time, it was too late. So just imagine if I had social media now, gas me up. Imagine, and I'm talking about me.
It's not just you. That's what 2020 is. Social media is not just gassing up young kids. There's grown-ass people that think that what's happening on social media is real shit. That's not real shit. Those are people's highlight reels. They're not showing when they're sad, depressed, or they're about to get their shit repoed because they ain't got no money. They made a bad investment. No one shows that on social media. It's always the good stuff, the stuff that looks hype. You want to hype in front of the camera. That's what they're showing. So you can't say, yeah, you can, as a parent, you can't be there 24/7 to be like, oh, that's not real. But you tell them, just like your parents. My mom used to tell me all kinds of stuff. Sometimes I didn't listen. I found out the hard way though. But that's also a part of living life. Like, you have to make mistakes and go through failures to realize, yo, that shit was fucked up that I did. Mm-hmm. Or I remember my mom told me I shouldn't do that, and now look. So that's how life lessons happen. So you can't protect your kids from everything. But being materialistic, maybe because I'm somewhat materialistic, like I like things. I like to spend money frivolously. So I just feel like, oh, whatever, no big deal. But that's my personality though. Like, I like stuff, like good stuff.
No, listen, I think everybody likes to have good stuff. I don't think anybody's like, yo, listen, I want that busted out hoopty that I gotta drive every day and have to kick it to start it in. You know, of course, everybody wants nice things, but what I'm saying is like the image and the messaging in it is bad. That's my gripe with it. I don't care. Like, she has the money, he has the money. Yes, it's social media. We're supposed to be showing they're showing entertainment. They're showing the highs, never the lows, all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, for me as a grown man to watch that, I'm like, damn, she really out here telling some of these nonsensical people, women, yo, you need to have a guy that has money. It goes back to, like I said, the Dr. Dre 2001 Eddie Griffin skit. You know what I mean? What happened to falling in love with a nigga with a bus pass? What happened to actually building together or building your empire and knowing what your worth is? She's not telling people what her worth is. She's saying, hey, this guy here, he got the money. I'm with him, and this is what he needs to do, or else I'm out this bitch.
The future says that bitches don't, because he gives his baby moms APs. If they don't have one, that happens for the street. Like,
Yeah.
There's corrupt and terrible messaging on social media coming from like every angle. So what she said, it doesn't bother me.
And I think too,
right.
if she was a repeat offender with those statements, it would be more so, okay, this is exactly who this person is in the foundation. You know, one time she makes a statement and, you know, majority of social media was up in arms for whatever various reasons. Right. But, you know, for the most part, it's not like she's constantly or consistently making statements about, because really what it boils down to is, you know, the message could be received, if your man can't do A or B, then he's garbage. Right? Really, that's what the underlying message could be taken as. Right? So if the man can't fully provide for you, regardless if you can do for yourself or not, then just throw him away and go find a new one. And
but that's not
society
is though. Like, for years.
Yep. Yeah.
For years, women have been expected to be with someone that at a certain level. Mm-hmm. Like, if you think about women in the 50s going to college, you think they were really going to be a lawyer? No, they were going because they're trying to find a dude that's going to be a lawyer and be successful, and that's who they're trying to snatch.
Yeah.
So women have always had the messaging to, you want to find someone that is at a certain level.
Yeah.
And so I don't think there's anything wrong. White women do it. A black woman, she can't say that you want a Birkin from a rich nigga.
Why we bringing color into this though? I said women. I never once did.
But white women say the same thing,
yeah,
in different terms, right? Like, there's women out there that are like, oh yeah, if he's not buying me a Benz, then there's no need for me to be with him.
True.
Okay.
So this messaging comes from everywhere.
Okay. So, expensive gifts, right? So most of the times we're talking about these. So is it done out of the genuine love and passion of giving it to somebody because you care? Or is it done most of the time like, oh, pissed off at me, this is not going well, and I can't open up and use my heart instead, so I'm just going to go buy something expensive and give it, and then, oh, hey, he loves me, and blah, blah, blah. No, me saying that, I've been in a relationship back in the day where this person was really rich, right? I never knew that, and I didn't care about that, right? But the way the relationship was going, it was like, every time this person does something wrong, instead of this person try to talk to me about it or figure it out, they would run and try to go buy expensive gift. Like I'm the type of person that's going to forget about what you just did and just take the gift, and then like everything would be okay for like a month, and then we go back to the same situation. Mm-hmm. So I turned on all of those gifts because I said I would rather you have talked to me, open up to me, and stop buying me gifts, you know, as a solution to fix the problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it should. When you're giving gifts, I think it should be from your heart. Like, I'm giving this to you because I feel that you're special, I love you, you know, all of those feelings are attached to the item that you're giving to them. If someone's trying to use it to buy you off, like people that are trying to buy friends, or you know, they're trying to smooth things over because they effed up in a relationship or they made a mistake, so they're trying to buy back your affection or whatever.
Or buy coochie.
Or listen,
Yeah.
nothing's wrong with selling coochie. People do it.
No, I never said selling
An
coochie.
it's an age-old profession.
No, I'm not talking about selling coochie.
Shout
I'm
out,
talking about,
shout out, shout out to the ladies that are selling your coochie.
Sex workers.
I'm not talking about the sex workers. I'm talking about the trick daddies. Yet again, like I said, when I was young, most of the girls that I dealt with, I bought them a lot of stuff. I didn't buy it for them for the coochie. I just bought it because I had it like that. But I had to get out of that stage because I'm like, yo, once you do it once or twice, now it's expected on a totally different level. Like, oh, I like that dress. Get it for me now. What? I got bills to pay, bitch. Like, I got you a dress last week because I had extra money. I ain't got that extra money right now. Furthermore, what you gonna get me? You want me to just splurge out? Like I said, I'm not living in 1965. I'm living in 2020. Me and you, we equal. So even if we only got 2 pennies to rub together, we good. But if I'm the one always got the pennies to rub together, and you come with your long, like my dad said, R.I.P. I love him to death. If you come with your long belly and your long 2 hands, I ain't got nothing for you. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. If someone, that means now they're taking advantage. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, men or women, they can take advantage of your generosity. And that happens all the time. Where now they have, but that's a problem with them. That's not a problem with you. Because
Or
if you're giving out of your, like, genuinely from your heart, but now they have that expectation, well, that's a problem with them. And so now you have to address that issue. Like, hey, now you're taking advantage. Like, I've been generous, and that's because I have these feelings I want to share with you, with, like, you know, something tangible. But now you're doing too much.
For sure.
Yeah.
So that's a separate conversation right there. Like, nah, honey, you doing too much. Like, yeah, I bought you a dress. Now you coming back again.
Right.
You better pull that same dress from last week, wash it, iron it, and wear it again.
Okay. Y'all have anything else to say about this? Or are you ready to get into the love languages?
Love language it
Get
is.
into it.
Okay. So I'll start it off. I'm somebody who loves to spend time. The material stuff, when I was young, okay. I mean, even now, like, I got a whole bunch of jewelry. I barely even wear it unless it's a special occasion or something like that. But the time is something that you can never buy. For me, that's like the main thing. Yeah, physical touch is pretty close to that too. You know what I mean? Acts of service are like in the middle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really require my wife or my significant other or my friend to do stuff for me. I just expect them to kind of, like, if they've got the time to kick it with me for whatever reason, whether I'm down, I'm up, we're going to go watch UFC fights or play some video games or go play some basketball, something like that. Like, that's what's really, you know, my thing. Like, I don't really care for all the other stuff. It's for the birds. No offense to anybody. I'm just saying it's for the birds.
I'll break it down just for anybody that isn't that's watching or listening that isn't familiar with the 5 love languages. So it is a book that was written about 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago, by, I believe, Gary Chapman is his name. And really, he says that there are 5 general ways-ish that people and partners give and receive love. And so these 5 love languages are either acts of service, words of affirmation, receiving gifts, physical touch, and quality time. So King has just let us know that his definitely is quality time. And of course, I think even in doing the quiz, we all did this quiz just to kind of find out what our ratios are, I guess, if you want to call it. I think we kind of oscillate between some or others depending on the person and depending on the relationship. I think this is a lot more than just romantic relationships. It's your friendships, relationship in terms of your parents, your children, if that's the case. Sometimes it's you know, even people that you work with, right? So these love languages can kind of carry beyond romantic relationship. So just saying, I just wanted to kind of put that out there. And anyone else want to give their kind of rundown?
Uh, well, I would say mine is more more percentage on the given part, and I agree with King, time.
Mhm.
But I think I have all of them, all five of them in me, right? I think pretty much we all do to a certain extent. But yeah, given, I love giving. I love making somebody's day. Doesn't matter what, you know. I mean, given. I mean, I'm driving and these guys stop and they come up to your car. Listen, who am I to judge and say these guys are faking and all the time, right? So if I have $10, I give it to them. If you're faking it, you're faking it. Hey, I still made you happy, right? Right. So that's how I look at it. And yeah, I love giving. I love seeing people making happy. It doesn't have to be in a relationship wise, like Free said. Friends, co-workers, you know, your neighbors' kids, anything like that.
And I think too, at times we get away with what we think of giving and receiving a gift is. It isn't always material or
Yeah.
Birkin bag level, right? It's, you know, it's so many things. You know, there's words of affirmation is one of the love languages, but my expressing or giving someone a compliment or, you know, hold your head up or I see you and keep on going, that is actually a gift. Or it may be a gift for that person who's receiving it, right? So it isn't all this giving and receiving gifts isn't always necessarily material or monetary, but I think that, of course, the effect of receiving something like that and even giving, I think that internally there is a little bit of this endorphin high or dopamine high that you get when you give a gift and the recipient really loves it or appreciates it, or how did you know, especially if it's a surprise and it's like, this is exactly what I needed, wanted. Well, maybe it's because this person who's gifted me actually listened, or they can really see what I'm experiencing, going through, and they thought that this gift, or they recognize that whatever they've given me is exactly what I needed. Who knows? Danny.
Hey,
Yeah.
gifts are amazing because I got gifts from what's it called? Shaolin Temple in China. Now my gift was dirt. Dirt from where they train, right? Because I am a huge martial artist, that's my thing. So the dirt where they train, you know, I got that. And I'll tell you, that shit made me so happy. You know, it made me so happy. Like no one's allowed to touch that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it made me so happy. Like, it's like every time I look at it, I just get happy. And I think, yo,
Yeah.
Not to be an asshole, but you sure that dirt came from China?
yeah, man.
Come on, man. I gotta be the asshole though. I always gotta be the asshole. It's just in my blood. Ladies, come on. Now Asha and Danny seem really quiet here, man. Asha's like, I don't even want to talk about this shit, though. I'm tired, nigga. You can kill me with the whole Birkin talk. I'm done with this thing.
No. Oh no, I've done the quiz a couple of times and I mine is definitely giving and receiving gifts. That's like my number one. And then acts of service. Um, and it goes both ways. Like I like to receive gifts, but I love to go out and buy a gift for someone. And again, it doesn't have to be something crazy. Like you said, you have dirt from a Shaolin temple in China, and
Yeah,
it's because it's so sentimental to you. Like
yeah,
even it could be something small like that that maybe other people might think, oh, this is just dirt, but to that person, it's like there's so much emotion and sentiment tied to it that it's special. So yeah, I love giving gifts. I like receiving gifts. And someone that like acts of service is if someone's like, hey, you know what? Like maybe I'm moving or something. And like, hey, you're moving. You want some help? Like just to take the time out of their day to help me do something. Like I appreciate that. Like it's, and I want to be able to do that for, my loved ones, my friends. If they need me, I can be there and be like, oh yeah, sure. You want me to babysit, whatever? Sure, I'll do that for you. Time, of course, is always on the list. And like you guys said, like I think all of the love languages, we all use them or we all subscribe to them, just some more than others. And it also depends on the time and the relationship that you're in. So yeah, sometimes you want time, sometimes you need physical touch. Like I love physical touch and I love to hug and it's just what I do. Like I feel when giving someone a hug, my rule is you don't let go first. So when I hug somebody, I am never the first to let go. When they let go, then I'll let go.
Now that I know that, the next time I see you, potentially, I'm just gonna hang on for the sake of doing it. See how far we go.
Hug. Hug until you're weary and you're tired.
How about you, Danny?
Okay, I'm looking for my quiz answers here. I know mine is quality time. So I got like 30% quality time, 0% receiving gifts, 17% physical touch, 27% for words of affirmation and acts of service. I wouldn't say I'm like 0% receiving gifts, but like I like gifts that mean something. Like, somebody took their time to find out what I liked. And I remember like way back in the day in university, like one of my good friends, like before we decided to just be friends, we like liked each other and blah 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 whatever. So anyways, I told him
friend zone. You know better. You know better.
like just in class and conversation, and from like we used to have jam sessions with a couple of our friends that played instruments, and I would sing, and like he would just take note of all the songs I would sing and all the songs that I mentioned I liked, and he burned me a CD with all of the songs. And
aww, like, so cute. He gave you a slow jams? Nice.
But yeah, I thought that was so nice because it was really thoughtful,
Thoughtful, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I like spending time with people, like not just romantic interests, but like even with my family. Like we don't even have to be doing nothing. Like, as long as we're all together sometimes, I just like being in their company.
In their presence, yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm a hugger. I like hugging people too, and like it's weird because my family members are like not the same as me. They are not affectionate at all. Yeah, exactly.
Just say what's up, man. Give me a tap, keep moving.
Exactly. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know, but they know that's how I feel loved. So sometimes they'll give in and be like, oh, come on, okay, like but yeah. So quality time. I like acts of service. So I like doing things for people too. I like making somebody's day with little things. Yeah. I don't know. I just like making others feel happy. So yeah.
Good.
So do you still have this mixtape?
I do. I don't have nothing to play it.
You have to download that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do that, but I have the CD.
Okay.
No, I think a curated playlist is so sweet. I love that.
It is. It was really cute. I did cry a little, but yeah.
And then you put them in the friend zone. You boxed them out, put them in the friend zone, huh? Like, the CD was so awesome. Oh, I love it so much, but you ain't getting no nookie. Like, We ain't dating. No kiss, no nothing. Thank you. Bye bye.
No, it wasn't even like that. After we finished school, because he lives in Toronto and then I live here, so it's just like,
Yeah.
you know.
I think for myself, I did the quiz years ago, and I feel pretty strongly that my love language was giving gifts, not even necessarily receiving it. In terms of relationships, I don't know. I've always chosen people that really did not, I think, give too much of a care. So gifts just weren't anything that I received a lot, but I really like to give gifts. And now it's the same thing. If I'm out and about and I see something for my daughter, I'll come home with a surprise, and I make a big deal about it. Text her like, I'm coming home with something, I don't know, just to create excitement around it. I like to really think about the gifts that I'm giving to people, if it's birthdays or just kind of a hey whatever type of gift. Or sometimes it is the, you walk past something and it jogs your memory of something that someone said that they wanted, needing, or even, hey, I thought I saw this and it made me think of you, so here you go. But I do actually have a funny story in terms of me taking my love language of gifting a little bit too, well, I guess it was too far. But there was one year, there was a guy, loved him to death. I thought he was the best thing since sliced bread. And he had moved into his own place. And one thing I'm famous for is giving people plants when they move into their house. But I knew with this one individual that plant's dead in like a week. So we're not going to do that. And, as I was going over there more and more, I just started kind of looking around and noticing maybe what they had or didn't have in their house. Not to sit there and like red eye it, but just, it's probably a little need here that I could fill. So Christmas came around, and all it was a night table for the side, or a side table, sorry, for the side of the room. And I found one, definitely not expensive. It wasn't anything elaborate, and I wrapped it up and, was, oh yeah, great. Here we go. And I honestly, it was like crack for me. I was like, don't you want to open this? Come on, open it. And it wasn't that I wanted him to be like, oh, she bought me something, but I was excited because it was so functional and useful, as opposed to, putting a cup of, I don't know, orange pop on the ground, which was carpeted. And I'd sit there just like, if that cup spills, I think I'm going to pass out because I'll feel the need to clean it. Just, So, and he brushed it off and brushed it off and brushed it off. Oh no, I'll come get it tomorrow. And then, they're at my place and the box is there, and still ignored it. And no, and just brushed off and wouldn't accept this gift for me. And for me, at that time, I was crushed, because it was like, it's not even like, I was always told never buy a man a pair of shoes, because that's the pair he's going to wear when he walks away from you, right? So it wasn't like shoes and clothes because I wanted to, almost claim it. And it was none of that stuff. It was like this really functional gift. And he just wouldn't accept it. And for me, it hurt my feelings terribly. And, after a couple times of trying, I just figured it out. Like, okay, dude doesn't want anything from you, is how I internalized it. Of course, I returned it and went and bought myself a pair of shoes anyway, so I was happy in the end. But it was really hurtful, just because that was me trying to exercise a love language of mine, right? But now, as time has changed, according to the quiz, it's acts of service for me that is number one at 27%, and words of affirmation at 23. Receiving gifts is 20%. My physical touch is the same as yours, Danny. It's at 17. And then quality time is at 13. So who knows? Clearly, we kind of change and flow, right, as we grow and experience things. And I think acts of service, again, for me, it makes sense now, just that in my relationships, I think I expect more than I did before. Right. And in that, acts of service is, no, I don't want you to come here and do all this stuff and I just sit down. But, if you see, I don't know, a light bulb that's really high up on the wall needs to be changed, kind of thing. Hey, you want me to change that while I'm here? Something like that. You know, uh, help me out if you see a need, fill it. But I think also that can fall under, receiving gifts. Words of affirmation, I'm sketchy on that one. I think you guys don't know that. I was like, no, I need to be shown. I can't hear how great you think I am. Show me in your actions, maybe, that you're about me. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but that shoe line though, damn, that belongs in like a rap lyrics or something. But that was deep.
True. My mom always told me that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Your girlfriend used to
I
say it
will
all.
never buy a man shoes. Never.
That's gonna be.
Yo,
Cause it's true. It's very true.
James.
No,
Oh, God.
I did that. I bought a guy some new Jordans. Never heard from him again.
Oh, that nigga grimy.
Yeah, that's a buster.
Your
That's a
mom,
buster.
listen, when moms tell you certain things, they ain't lying.
It's true.
And I ain't taking no chances. It's not just a superstition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always told the same pair of shoes you
Yep.
bought is the pair that he's wearing to leave you in.
Mhm.
And I was like, it's not true. And I bought the Jordan. Sure, dude came around, but he was hot stepping all over the damn place in the fresh ass shoes with everybody else. You know what I mean? So superstition or not, no. Like you have to be like my husband, and then you can get your Stacey Adams. But until then,
You said Stacey Adams.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with Stacey Adams. I like Stacey Adams.
with the toe print like this, the front of the shoe just stuck.
Let me ask you all a question here, okay? So, for you to be in a relationship, let's be honest. What would be your top 3 requirements for you to see something go beyond just a date or two, or a friendly conversation?
In terms of the love languages, or just in terms of kind of like their personality?
You can use
And
either
their
or.
I think that if I meet someone, that initial attraction, because sometimes, like, yeah, you look great, but then when they open their mouth, it's like, ooh. So you're
Hold on,
not
though.
that smart.
Is it the teeth? Is it
It could be
breath?
it could be teeth,
Or
it could
is it
be
the
breath, or it
conversation?
could be your
Yeah.
gun spot.
Yeah.
Oh no!
They got the
No,
done
listen.
spot.
Black
Black up, black
words on the pod, okay? No,
Like,
done spot.
none of that, okay?
it could be any
Yeah.
3 of those. But once, if your teeth are decent, you got your back teeth still.
Yeah, I know this one's not missing.
Yeah. Like if you do a deep smile, you're like, oh, you're missing one. Okay. But the breath is good, and we can actually have a conversation, not just about, kind of the surface things, but like have a deep conversation and be able to talk about various topics, right? Then, yeah, then I can see that there's potential there. And he has car keys to a vehicle that
Yo, stop that, B. Stop that, okay?
You talked about the bus pass, and I was like, ooh, bus pass.
What do you mean? Ooh. Okay, so hold on. Let me ask you a question.
99 or whatever year it was, okay. Like you said, DJ, it is now 2020. People can pretty much sit there and finance a Benz for $79 bi-weekly. So if you, at least a vehicle, it doesn't have to be no brand name, but at least something of your own.
Hold on, let me ask you a question though. So he got 100K in the bank and he has a bus pass. You gonna tell him you ain't messing with him?
How would I know he has 100K in the bank? Am I investigating?
Let's just say he has 100K in the bank.
If it's first conversation, he's like, I have 100K in the bank. For me, I'm gonna be like,
Be like, oh, really?
I'm
Okay.
not saying that. I'm saying you've been dealing with him. He got a bus pass, but his savings is good. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't have a vehicle for whatever reason, but he does have financial stability in the sense of minding his money. He's still a no-go?
But why
It
doesn't he have a
depends.
vehicle?
Like I said, he
Exactly.
can not have a vehicle for numerous reasons, but
It depends
he's
on the reason.
Like what?
financially
Like he's a
stable.
drunk driver and lost his license?
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah, y'all trying to add
allergic.
too much to the damn question.
You said for various reasons. That could be a reason.
It's a various
That's
reasons.
He
has a DUI and he's not allowed to drive?
Slaughter? Because then I won't
so
just
now.
So
But that
now
would
you're
be-
telling me if he ain't got a car, you gonna toss through the streets?
No, that's not
Mhm.
okay. No.
he can roll. He
You got
can roll.
100K in the bank.
He might be
Hey.
for the streets because the bus stop is on the street, so he might be for the street. But it depends on the situation. Like, say
Yeah.
he says, "Oh yeah, I don't have a car because you know what? I live downtown. I work downtown. I really don't commute out of downtown." I might be like, "All right, cool."
Mhm.
But depending on what the reason is, and if you have like 100K in the bank and you just don't have a car, you'd rather take the bus. It almost makes me think that, is he cheap? Like, is he a stingy type person? Like, if you can't spend on yourself,
Yeah.
are you going to be cheap with me? And then I'm like, that's a turn off.
He make you pay for your half on the first date.
Yeah, when he's out there he got his phone out, the calculator, like, so you had 2 margaritas, you ate 7 wings out of a dozen, and that is the dude that is for the streets.
But he's not in the streets if he's thinking like that. he's not in the streets if he's thinking like that. He's at home calculating his next move to get money.
So wait, so he's just gonna mooch off of you to have you like, or me drive him everywhere while he has 100K in the bank,
Right?
not buying a car?
But hold on though. That
I am
100K,
Morgan Freeman.
don't listen,
Okay.
that 100K can benefit both of y'all.
How?
I'm just saying he has the 100K in the bank, but he doesn't have a license. Or he doesn't have a car. Let's not say you don't have a license. Let's say you just don't have a car.
Mm,
Yeah, it doesn't.
I need to know the details of why you
Yeah.
don't have a car.
Women are like the FB fucking eye, huh?
We found out
gotta
everything.
know
We
every
find out
goddamn
everything.
detail and shit. Y'all niggas
I
over
need
there.
to.
Like,
Yeah.
I'd
nigga,
rather
you
know.
100K. Why your eyes look like that? Why your
Yeah,
shoes
but-
look like that?
Would you prefer a woman to ask these questions or just judge
The
you right
moment
off the
that I
bat?
got
Like,
into a relationship and I didn't ask questions because I thought I'm going to take the more mature approach and trust and not say anything and not pretty much advocate for myself for what the hell I needed and what I wanted and what my standards were, and I let it ride. Yo, man, that non-car having nigga drug me behind the bus. Now every question must be answered. Forget that.
right?
But
I'm
let me.
not saying you can't ask questions.
All of them.
Oh.
I'm asking
All the questions.
Okay, but turn the tables though. Like you guys, as men, would you have a problem with the woman having mad savings in her account, but she doesn't have her own place, she doesn't have a car, and she wants you to do all these things for her? Would that be a problem? It could be for various reasons.
Well, for one, if she's got money in the bank, she's financially good, okay, maybe she's setting herself up to get a house. That's why she's staying with her parents. Maybe that's why she don't have a car, because she's thinking long term. Even though having a car is long term, but maybe she's looking for the right guy who has the right credentials to help her go further in life. Does that make sense? So no, I wouldn't have a problem with it. And yes, like Free said, I would ask the questions, but I would not be first 48 in her face like, yo, where were you July 21st of 2020? No. Oh, you stay at your
when you
parents'
ask
house?
questions,
Pardon me?
you don't. When you ask questions, you don't have to be like the dude
Exactly.
in 48.
No,
You don't have,
I know.
but I'm gonna ask, like, okay, how come you don't have a car?
No, listen, I'm not saying that you're not gonna ask those questions. What I'm saying is like, I'm not gonna go and like try to drill them right away or try to find out as much as I can in a short period of time. Okay, I'm gonna ask questions day by day. I'm gonna see how they react in life in general, see what their movements are, their actions, and then ask the question, okay, so why'd you do that? You know what I mean? The way y'all came off, it was like, oh, you got 100K in the bank, why you ain't on a car? Oh, you ain't on a car? Why you at your parents' house?
No, we didn't say that. We didn't say that.
No, I said y'all
Stop
came
it.
off. I never said
Oh,
y'all
okay.
said that. I said y'all came
I,
off.
I
that.
might ask the questions like that. If you tell me you have 100K and you don't have a vehicle to drive, you don't have a scooter, a bicycle, then I'm gonna be like,
Okay, hold
so
on.
why you got 100K in the bank and you ain't got no car?
Hold on, though.
Why are we doing
They're
that?
scared to drive, though. Most of they're just
What if
terrified of it. They've been in a car accident. They had bad experience something, and they're terrified to drive. So now
So
you're gonna take the
unaddressed and unhealed PTSD is what you're saying.
maybe
So
let's say
that's
they
a
have that.
then go. I'm going to help you find a therapist to work through those issues.
And you're gonna put them in the streets. So what you're saying is they can stay on the streets. You will find all the help that they need.
No, it depends.
What the
I mean, if he
hell?
has
Bye,
enough
Jonathan.
redeeming qualities, then I might not, throw him right to the streets immediately.
Oh, you'll keep them on the roster then. So they're gonna sit on the bench, and you're gonna have the star player. And when you
Well,
start,
yeah, DJ insists that single women always have a roster on the go.
no, I never
Not
said
all the
single
time.
women. I said all people, men and women.
Men have
Men do.
rosters too.
Yeah,
But men have had that since the dawn of time.
I feel more so men.
In the past, how many years women have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing they
Women
do is
have
mindfuck us by
suitors.
shaming us and calling us hoes or whores if we do it. So we don't.
Exactly.
That's
I like
all
to
that
say
is. But
maybe there are
gentlemen do.
suitors. Maybe there are suitors
But
that
isn't
I've
that what
had.
dating is for men and women both? If you choose to do the nasty with them, that's your business. But isn't that what dating is?
Yeah, trying to figure out which one you match with and who has a car.
But you
Ashley's
just,
never
you know
gonna let
what?
that go, huh? Ashley's
I'm not gonna let it go. I
That's the
just
first
don't like
checklist.
to be the one driving. Like I'm gonna be driving all the time. Like when I hear that, all I can think about is I'm Morgan Freeman and I'm driving Miss Daisy around. Like I don't want to be Morgan. I am not Morgan Freeman. So
Or it turns into that person taking your car all the while and running out your gas and slamming your own fucking door when they're coming in and out. It's like, don't slam my door, babe.
whew,
Freeze
yeah,
got some
don't slam the door.
PSD right there. He said slamming my door. Like she went descriptive. She was like, and slamming my door.
I drive my stuff all over the place and then blank. Excuse me.
Like that is the most disrespectful thing ever. Why you gotta slam the door?
Da Vinci, what's good? What's good?
Well, there's like millions and millions and millions of women that don't drive, that has husbands that drive them all over the place anytime because the woman, they do their part, what they need to do, and that's a boyfriend, husband, whatever's part to just drive them around. And like you said, maybe they have an affair, and there's millions. I know a lot of people like that.
There's 3 women I work with, and none of them drive. Their partners do all of the driving for them. But for one of those 3 women, her husband said, "No, you're not."
No, I remember.
He told her, "I do the driving around here."
Yeah, see, that's a dickhead.
So
maybe he knows something.
Is
Maybe
it?
he's trying to keep us safe.
Is it? Yeah, is it? Or is it? Yeah, it depends on, she's a bad
or
driver
control.
or something.
No, he just, you're not driving. That's
maybe she's got into a couple
that's a
of
man's
accidents.
job, or she can, I don't know, go take the keys and go Jim Screech somewhere else where he is not, right?
Well, if it's the macho man thingy, then he's a douche.
Yeah.
If it's that what it comes on to, but other cases, I can see that.
Yeah, like some people are just terrible drivers, and you do want to tell them, listen, I'm gonna have you just passenge.
Okay, so hold on though. If your man's a terrible driver now, you gonna throw him to the streets?
No, not if he's a terrible driver.
But he ain't got a car though. You don't want him to
No, he has a car. He could be a car and a bad driver, and his insurance could be sky high.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna throw him to the streets. And even a dude that doesn't have a car, based on the reason why, he might not have to go to the streets either.
There's Ubers.
There's Uber.
But yeah, if you say like I live downtown, I don't really commute anywhere, I can get everywhere by walking. Some people, if he's saying he's trying to save the planet, I'd probably be like, "All right, cool," because I'm trying to save turtles too.
I don't know. It depends. I feel like I need to know what the reason is. If it's because you're just lazy, then no. If it's because you're saving up, or we live in New York or Seoul, South Korea, where you don't really need a car, then yeah, cool. But if you're just coasting
Mhm.
and like, nah, I don't need a car, I got you.
Yeah, or
You have
my
like a
friends pick me up.
500 credit score and can't even finance a car.
My friends pick me up all the time, so your friends talk about you and you get
Yeah.
Y'all are cold, man.
No, dudes throw women out to the streets for less. So I don't
Yeah,
for way less.
women are always being thrown to the streets, like, and they'll do it publicly, and then behind closed doors, they still like, "Oh, I love you, boo, 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 boo." But out in the street, they're dragging your name up and down. No, 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 no.
Hold on, women do the same thing too, man. I know a lot of baby mamas out here dragging their daddies. So let's not play that game.
It's a two-way street. You know, it's a two-way street. It's there.
I know it is a two-way street. I do
It's
believe
there.
that. I do believe it's a two-way street because there's some women out there that be doing dudes dirty.
Just like how dudes be doing some women's dirty. I'm telling you, it's a two-way street.
Yeah, man.
Majority of the time, men dash away women for a lot less than women do to men.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know about that. I probably have to go like 65.
Yo, see, I'm gonna use the king. I'm gonna use the king reference right now. We're in 2020 now.
Yeah, it's 2020.
We're in 2020 now. I'm seeing mad things though. I don't know.
You
I
know?
don't know. I don't know.
It's
No, but Danny,
no,
I'm
I
not
agree.
disagreeing with
It's
you,
wild.
Danny. I'm not disagreeing with you. I've seen it. I've seen dudes that throw away some queens, you know, for some rust buckets, and I'm like, what
Yeah.
are
but
you
it's
doing? You know, so,
the queen in the first place, or maybe recognize
Hmm.
that, right? And sometimes when you're with someone that you think is, a queen or a king, or forces you to level up, and you're not ready for it, you find the excuse to go dash that and then go backwards, back to the trenches and go pick that up because that's safe. There's no growth necessary there. It's comfortable. I'm almost on top. I run things, so I'm going to stay back here. But my actual calling, or the better version of myself, lies with someone else, but I'm not ready for it. So I have to make up some excuse to get rid of this thing because it's challenging me.
Mm.
When I can just go back here and, stay dusty.
100. 100.
For sure, for sure. I mean, like I said, it's just both ways. There's a saying out here, there's a waste man on every street. Okay? Same thing goes for the women, right? There's a waste gal on every street. Okay? Now, if you take yourself serious and you have your own expectations of yourself, and you find somebody who has almost the same characteristics, cool. For me and my wife are complete opposites. You know what I mean? And it works perfectly fine. I mean, I'm happy with what she wants to do. I support her in anything she wants to do. She does the same thing for me. You know what I mean? And that's literally almost all I need. But like I said, the circumstances of our relationship is different than, I'd say, 99% of everybody else. We knew each other in high school, didn't really like talk to each other. Boom, high school done. Meet up like 10 years later or 7 years later, and then and then I went through some trials and tribulations. Both my parents died within a year. My mom died like 3 months before my daughter was born. I was a horrible husband at the time. Like, I could not be found. You know what I mean? And it wasn't because I wanted to be that guy. I was just in pain and didn't know how to express it. So it was like, I'd rather be in the club with my cousins and a whole bunch of these groupies and these girls that have nothing to offer me but mouth and crotch, instead of being home with my wife who just gave birth to my daughter. And it wasn't, like I said yet again, it wasn't like I did it in the sense of like trying to punish her. I just wasn't a good person. Like a lot of the times that we had conversations, I would take stuff to the 10th degree when it was something this big. I'd turn a freaking, a mouse into a fucking rat for no reason because I was in pain. So, yeah, I mean, for everybody, it's different.
Yeah, but I think you guys being complete opposites is actually a gift because you don't want your carbon copy, you want your complement. And, in the complement is the person that complements what you bring to this table and vice versa, right? So it's like if I'm super stringent and extremely type A personality organized, and I have a partner who's exactly the same way as me, I think that, yeah, our whole physical external life might be in order, but we may not have that almost emotional messiness of being able to have these breakdowns or these really open conversations, right? That is a little bit different of a personality type. So if you have your opposite, then they're complementing what you bring. If I'm so stringent and rigid and I have a person that's a little bit more, or that is more spontaneous, they're bringing those elements into my life that I need for balance. So I think it's a great thing that you guys are actually polar opposites because you're complementing each other in ways that, having your carbon copy wouldn't be able to do.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, sometimes your carbon copy can have bigger strengths in the areas where you are kind of weak. Even though they might have the same personality, there might just be a different way they go about things. So, like I said, yet again, I'm not trying to say that you're wrong. I'm just saying I think it's different for everybody. You know what I mean? The same way Asha said, yo, if you ain't got a car, I need to know why. Like, I need to know why. And if the reason is you're downtown, I can rock with it. You want to save the trees? I can rock with it. But if you gonna tell me that you got PST or whatever, we gonna bring you to a therapist, Dr. Phil, bring you on TV, and you can explain to the world why you don't want to drive a damn car. Because I drive Miss Daisy.
It was paraphrased, Asha. It was paraphrased.
It was paraphrased. I can't repeat everything verbatim. Come on now, B.
That was perfect. Perfect summary. But I do agree that in a relationship, you do need the balance. Like you need, if someone's like really high strung, you need someone that is a little bit more calm for that to work. Because imagine being with two high strung people, like that's too much energy.
Yeah.
So I do believe that it's nice to have, it doesn't have to be the polar opposite, but there has to be some balance in the relationship. Even when you look at like your friend group or like, your good friends. I have friends like I'm introvert, extrovert. So sometimes I'll be out there like, hey, and then sometimes I'm like, I'm tired. I don't want to see nobody. I have friends that are like super extrovert. They like make friends all the time and that's great. And I like good friends with them. So even like no matter what the relationship is, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, it's nice to have that balance and to see the two different personality types kind of come together.
It's true. I agree.
Like Steve, being ratchet and righteous, it's all about balance.
That's right.
Double R. The double R. That's what I'm start. Every time I see it, it's double R. Every time I see you.
Ratchet
I'm
and
talking about the
righteous.
Rough Riders. I'm talking about the righteousness, okay, of Miss Asha.
Might be one of the virtues of the Hot Girl Collective. I think I'm going to start our vision, mission, and values. And
Yes.
R&R is on there. Yes.
What about you, Daddy?
Yeah, I agree with what you guys were saying. I mean, yeah, I don't have anything to add.
Vinci, you Gucci too, huh?
Yeah, because you guys pretty much sums it up all on all angles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Anybody else want to pose a question? Let's see if we can get some wild questions here. Mrs. Double R, you got a wild question for me? Wild question for all of us? Come on now. I know you got something. That ratchetness is gonna get turned up a bit.
Oh, I can't think of a wild question.
I have one.
Okay, let me hear, gang.
What is something? Okay, what's the pettiest thing you would throw someone away or throw someone to the streets for?
Ooh.
That's tough. Cause like I can be king petty when I want. Not just king eat crushed glass, but I can be king petty when I want. Man, maybe having bad feet. Like if they stink and they look nasty, like she be putting paint over dusty ass toenails. Like yo, bitch, you gotta go. The door is that away. You know what I mean?
I would probably say like someone's style and swag. Like if you come out with like with an outfit that's just not hitting, like I'd rather you just wear a t-shirt and jeans than try to try to put a fit together and it just be too wild. Like you're doing the absolute most.
15 different colors.
It's not necessarily the colors. Like say you trying to be like edgy with some shit and it just you're like two wrong turns from being right. I might be like, ugh.
But 3 lefts do make a right though.
Yeah, but I said two. You two wrong turns from being right.
Yeah, that was only one.
Yeah, like if there's like, say you got an outfit on and like even ill-fitted clothes. Like if you're wearing a blazer,
Like they're too tight,
like
they're too baggy, like
Both.
too tight. And I know, I apologize to the Jamaican community. Sorry, but sometimes y'all be doing too much. The pants are extra tight.
yo,
know how
B,
Jamaican
yo,
be?
Tell me.
They be
yo,
like,
listen, I'm the skinny jean killer, man. Any grown man wearing skinny jeans, ow!
I like
Go
skinny
ahead, okay?
jeans,
We're
but when the
fitted.
jeans are too tight, it
Mm.
might be like, come on, sir.
Yo, I'm not
Or
gonna
like
lie.
you're wearing a blazer and it doesn't fit.
I rock some tighter jeans. Not tight, not like leggings tight.
No, fam.
Yo.
Are you wearing fitted jeans? Or are you wearing
No, not like that. Not like that, but I'm
Because
telling you,
fitted
like
jeans can be considered tight, but they're really fitted. You know what I mean? Like
Fitted, well tailored
Mhm.
pants are great, but I'm talking about when the pants them too
Well,
tight.
like the
Like you
sisters.
know, say you can't breathe in the pants them tight.
mm,
and the
That's
hands
the
yes.
up
problem.
ears.
just
Oh,
like the
it's-
new London. Just like yo,
You
for the
know,
last couple
I
years,
discovered- I've
I don't know what the
the
Jamaicans are on.
Well, between like they have the pants are so tight that they actually don't even put them over their bum because like it just
Yeah,
physically can't go. So they're just wearing these pants on their legs, right? And then they have like this gigantic belt.
Mhm.
And not saying that every guy has to be in the gym, but their legs are the size of pipe cleaners, and then you're wearing a pair of jeggings
Mhm.
only on your legs, and then a baby tee. It just
Yeah, with a t-shirt tight and the belly stick out like wow.
yeah, it's like oh, okay.
Bong belly. The man has a bong belly wearing fitted 60 t-shirt.
Because it's
Oh,
always the dudes with the big bellies that have small legs.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how that works, but
Because
it's
they drink
like
too much beer. That's why.
Yeah, that like gout belly.
they have like the maga legs and the belly doesn't match.
It's a protrude, huh?
Yeah, they have baby belly. It's
Now I'm not body shaming. I don't want to body shame nobody.
it's true.
Like I appreciate maga legs with a belly. Like I have appreciation for all body types.
It don't sound like it though. It sound
Well,
like
it's cute on a 1-year-old. So whatever.
it sound like you're saying if your jeans are too tight and your belly bong and your shirt too tight, you need to go and get that fitted fixed so that your body type matches your clothes type.
But even if your body is rocking and you're in that pure tight up business, it's not. It's not the early
I don't
90s
like
when the guys used to wear the fitted shirts that had like the little collar on it and like tuck it into their pants. It wasn't cool then, really.
But see, the 90s was all baggy. Niggas out here with triple X.
But one side of it.
Oh.
I'm gonna send you pics of some '90s styles too that involve men. I guess the men wearing muscle shirts.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we don't
But I
call
did
them wife
one with
beaters
like
on
the
this
little
show.
sleeves.
Just so y'all know, we don't call them wife beaters. We call them muscle shirts. We call them tank tops.
No, not that type of muscle shirt.
Oh, okay, my
I'll
bad.
send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I thought
Them
they
like
were
a
just called
short shirt.
marinas.
Marinas, yeah, that was I grew up on.
That's
Marinas.
yeah. But
I heard wife
I don't.
beater. So I came up here. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I when I came from Jamaica and I went to my friend's house, and I was just playing with him, and his dad was like, "Oh, where's my wife beater?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute,
What?
this guy has something that he beats his wife with?" That was my first thought, and then I found out it was a shirt. I was like, "What?" I was like, "What do you call a shirt that?" I was like, "It's a
You're
marina."
like,
My
it's
friend
a
was like, "What?"
marina,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How about you, Danny? What would be the pettiest?
I think. Okay, don't judge me. So
No
You got to
judgment.
judge you now.
this guy had asked me for my number like last week, and he's very good looking, right? Everything, like whatever, physical traits, blah blah blah. And then we got to texting, and I was like,
Emma?
he just can't spell, and it's really annoying. Like, I get to me, and
Like, what's a specific word that he has a trouble spelling?
he doesn't write like, like the, like the. He can't do that. He writes da, like duh, and dis, dis instead of this. And he's in his 30s, right? English is his first language. And I was like, I don't understand. I can't. And then he like tries to sound more intellectual than he is. So it's really frustrating because he'll try and use
hypotenuse of the circumference and the momentary elevation.
Well, if he's having a hard time spelling the and this,
yeah.
he can't spell hypotenuse.
No, like I can't, like I just can't. I can't take the ebonics or like it's really annoying. I'm like yeah.
Hold on, you can't take the ebonics. So if I text you the as in THA, that upset you?
Okay, not all okay. If you do it like when you're joking around, whatever. But this is how he writes, like all the time.
Well, where is he from though?
I want you to guess.
What,
English is his first. No, she said English is his first language.
He's Asian?
No.
How did he spell I'm? And I'll tell you where he's from.
Guess where he's from? I'm like, is he from Africa?
No.
How
Is
does
he
he
from
spell
France?
I'm? Like I am? How does he spell it?
A-M.
I'm going to
He's a
go
yard
do
man.
this. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
man.
Guess where he comes from? He has no Caribbean heritage. His parents are
Oh gosh.
no.
It's in Lethbridge.
Cross clot. Yo.
Where is he from?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah, don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it. I already
Run, girl, run. Run. Run.
Stop.
Can you edit that part out where I mouthed it though?
Yeah.
I don't know if you edit that out. I think we're going to have to let people read lips. And I actually didn't read that. I see that.
I didn't see it, so I missed it.
Okay.
Yeah, I
People
missed
say
it
it's
too.
in Canada. Okay. And it's just a place in Canada where sometimes people speak a different language.
Far East, girl.
Oh. Okay. He's from. Okay.
I don't know if that's going to be in the recording though.
What?
Okay, well, edit that out. Edit that out.
That has to be
Edit that out.
edited out, John.
You're going to try to edit that out, but I don't know, man.
You might just have to cut that part, period.
Hell.
I'm sorry,
I got confused because you're like, English is his first language. So I'm like, why is he writing this like that? But then once you told me the situation. I'm
Now
like,
it makes
makes sense. You know what I mean?
it does make
Yeah, probably just didn't spend a lot of time in the schoolhouse. That's all.
Well, no. Listen, some dudes like especially in Toronto, they have like their own language when it comes to texting. You know what I mean? When you talk to them in person, the English is there, but when it comes to texting, it's like they'll say yeah, it's re re. What the fuck is re, nigga? You know what I mean? Say ya. Yeah. YUP. Yup. But
yeah, even amongst my friends, like there's certain things that when I'm texting, I have like shortened and my friends understand. Or like we have acronyms that we use that we understand.
Yeah.
So I get that. But when I'm initially talking to someone for the first time, and even for work, I find it very difficult to text people at work and to message them because I'm accustomed to talking a certain way via text with my friends. And so I have to like really think about that. Let me spell out all of my words.
No, I mean, like, I get, like, you know, when you're more lax with people, you know, and like, you know.
Yeah, but at first you should
but everything's
set a
misspelled.
good impression.
Just misspelled. Like, just think of anything, like the easiest word.
Which, because I always get WITCH for like which one, and I'm just like, stop it.
Right? And it's not, it's more than just the they, the there, and the there, and the your, and the your. Like, it's just like, how did you ever come to the conclusion that that's how you spell the word house? Like, that's not.
Or liar, LIER. And I was like,
hold on though. We texted on phones that have autocorrect. So I don't understand how the heck he must be overriding the autocorrect.
he turned it off.
Like this.
Like, is that mean? Like, I don't know.
If it's especially if it's something that bothers you, I don't think it's mean at all.
But when you speak to, have you spoken to him on the phone? How does he
like
speak?
once or twice, but I kind of like lost all interest that I had.
So. Yeah, but you lost all interest because of the text message, or did he sound the same way in the text message in person?
Some of his point of views after speaking to him a couple times after meeting him was just like,
yeah,
girl. If you ain't feeling him,
and he's like,
if you ain't feeling him, come to the streets. Yeah,
I don't know.
There's no need to waste time.
No, I think you actually do know, Danny. So that's just what it is. It's not even an I don't know situation. Yeah, you do. Universe is just seeing if you're gonna do, maybe some of the same things twice, or if you're gonna be like, yeah, no.
What about you, Free?
The pettiest? Trying to think petty that hasn't already kind of been said. Too many baby mothers.
Well, that's not really petty though.
No, it's not. Okay. Dirty fingernails. Actually, no, that's not even fair. Because what if they're a mechanic and they just work hard all day long?
That's still petty though. Because like if they're a mechanic and you're like dirty fingernails, you're like ill. It's like, what do you want him to do? Chop his fingernails off?
Well, when he washes his hands, use a nail brush. Even though you're a mechanic, you can keep your nails clean. Like, you work all day, but you gotta get up underneath the nails, clean them when you wash your hands.
Okay, not necessarily dirty fingernails, but those fingernails that are like stubs, because you can tell like he's like eating his nails for supper.
Ooh.
When they're and like the fat from the fingers is like puffing up around like that no, because I'm gonna look and I'm no, it's okay, don't pass me anything, I've got it, that's fine. Because then all I'll be able to do is focus on your hand, like your stumpy thumb or something. So there, super petty fingernail stubs.
He got
someone that's someone that thinks that they're never wrong. Just like absolute, they're always right, and everything you say, even if you're right, they gotta question every single thing, and they gotta put their own answer on it. Like that just
that's
drives me
annoying.
nuts. That
Yeah.
drives me nuts.
I don't even know if that's petty though.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
That
that's
might be just kind of important.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Lower vibration, and I lower vibration.
Lower.
Like smelling weave or something like that.
Breath.
that's not petty. That's
Breath.
hygienic.
Breath.
How you weave stink?
Or
No,
your lace
breath
front,
is.
your lace front touches your eyebrows.
When you
How
go to
about
her
if your
house and
edges
she
ain't
always
right?
has a
If your
different
edges
way
ain't
of
right,
getting
how you
off of
fucking
the doorknobs.
No, breath. That's.
That's
Yeah,
like
I mean, like, come on.
like that's not petty. Like who don't be talking to somebody who got feet breath? Like who want garbage juice breath in their face all day? They teeth white as hell, and they speaking to you. You swear like you just smelled somebody booty hole and shit. Like that's
Or
not.
her eyebrows don't match.
No, that's petty. That's some petty shit.
I don't know, but isn't it hard to look when it's like,
Yeah, like I draw my eyebrows on all the time. And sometimes there's some days where they're not twins, they're sisters. Sometimes they're distant cousins, and I know it, and I'm like, oh. Like you tell me, you wouldn't be like, this girl's eyebrows don't even look like they came from the same zip code. Like, what the hell?
Probably end up getting slapped in the face. Cause I probably start roasting it the minute I see it. I'm like, yo, what's up with your face? Like, yo, why your eyebrow over here and the other one over there? Like, what's that? Fix that shit. You know? Look like your shit confused.
She might be like, yeah, they are confused.
that are the super high ones, and they look surprised all the time. It's like, is that your only emotion? Stop it. What are you freaking out about now? I'm not. What do you mean?
Oh gosh.
Another one for me is the wolf pussy. I cannot stand. Yeah, I know that face. Listen,
What's that?
you know what I call wolf
What?
pussy? Listen, it's the women
What?
that got the mustache and they don't get rid of it, fam. Like, shave it down. Do something with that joint. Like,
Facial
don't be
hair.
talking to me, and I'm thinking it's Movember.
Daddy's face is like, what is that?
What does that mean?
I know.
So a lady with a mustache.
Oh.
I understand when you get older. Like, when you get into your 70s, you ain't supposed to really care about that. But when you in your early 20s and 30s, and you might have a hairy face just by naturally, but then that first you like I met this girl when I was working at Hooters. This girl named, I'm not saying it.
Don't say
White
it.
girl, right? And she had blonde hair, but she like had blonde sideburns. Like you couldn't really see it unless the light hit it. And then she had more hair on her face than me, fam. And one day I'm talking to the girl and the light hit her mustache, and I was like, ew. And she's like, what? I'm like, nothing. And then a guy who was dating her, and I'm like, yo, you need to shave that shit, bro. And he's like, shave what? I said, that wolf pussy. And I said, wolf pussy. I said, that fucking mustache, bro. Like, the light hit it, and all you see is these blonde mustache hairs. Like, and I'm talking about as long as my joint. My joint, I had to shave to get this hair. She got that naturally. I'm like, get rid of that. You want to be kissing that, bro? Hair, mustache tickling your nose and shit. Nah,
Yeah.
bro.
No, I agree. As a woman, you should take care of, if you have a mustache, just wax it off. I know a lady, she had a mustache and a beard, and then she would try to bleach it, like we couldn't see it. But yeah, handle that. I agree. That's something that should be handled.
Right? I mean, it's the least you can do. It's just get rid of the mustache.
Like sometimes you gotta flip your makeup mirror to the magnified mirror, and then you'll be like, oh, and then be like, let me handle that.
You see? if you got a mustache, girl, you better have that for November. If you ain't got
gosh.
November, I don't know why it's on your face. You know what I mean?
Some
Any other
women are
wild
just
questions?
hairy.
Pardon me?
I said some women they're just hairy.
No, and I understand that. Like, I'm not trying to doodle on the women that are hairy. They can't help it. But it's just like you can do certain things to fix that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've known a few girls that had it, and some of them I had to like nudge, like in public, like, yo, you should go home. Like, wow, fix that. Fix what? This. My lips are okay. No, this. You're a fucking asshole. I'm like, well, I'm just being honest with you. I mean, I'm only telling you the truth that the guy that you might be dating don't want to tell you, because maybe you paying his rent, or he gets to drive your car, or whatever the case is. Maybe you got that good snatch, and he's like, I can get over the mustache. I'm like, nah, B, that's gotta go. Yeah, I'm not trying. I ain't trying to be kissing Chewbacca. You feel me? You know, nah,
Okay. Hold on there. But what if it's somebody you've been dating for a long time, 15 years, and then suddenly get mustache, and you're married to that person?
I would ask them very nicely and politely to fix that.
After 15 years, you should be comfortable enough to have a conversation.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, like, I'll give you an example. If I come home from work and my wife see my head full of all the PVC I've been working in, and I gotta go sit her on the couch, she's like, what are you doing? Go wash your head. I ain't gonna get upset. She's telling me she don't want the PVC shit on the couch, even though I know I can vacuum it up after I get up after about 20 minutes of watching some sports there or something like that and wash it, but maybe she just don't want it on the couch. I can have that conversation with it. You know what I mean? But if it's the girl I first meet now, and she telling me that, and it's at my house, like, yo, bitch, you clean up around here? All right, then. You know what I mean? You pay bills around here? All right, then. You know what I'm saying? But the wolf pussy, nah, son. I gotta get corrected a-sizzle. Not even ASAP, a-sizzle, like, right now. I'll take the clippers to that joint.
Yo, all I can say is Danny's reaction to that, you better put some special effects on that, because that shit was priceless. You saw her face.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck is that? now when you see your girlfriends, Danny, and you see, you know, those 1 or 2 girlfriends you got that wolf pussy, you just go over there, you don't let somebody else know what you say, they'll be like, yo, man, I don't know what that wolf pussy doing around here. And I bet you are laughing.
She's gonna go like, oh.
That was the first time I've ever heard that, ever.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
But y'all learned something today.
Yo,
the only person I know that ever refers to wolf pussy is Sukiana. And y'all probably don't know who Sukiana is, but
I know who Sukiana is.
Suki is my girl. And she is so ratchet. It's beautiful.
Suki's your spirit animal, aka wolf pussy. It makes sense. I'm getting it. I'm feeling it.
Yeah. So, any other wild questions though?
Here's one.
Okay.
Just to play off of the.
This will be the last one.
Yeah, women with mustaches. Then the next question is, bald or just hairy natural for the vajayjay? What do you men prefer?
I mean, she can style it. She can do whatever she want with it.
But it can't look like a wolf pussy? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not a wolf pussy. That's a jungle. That's a forest right there. Because, you know, some women got the naps and some women got the strings, right? So the naps is the jungle and the strings is the forest. And I'll, you know, I mean, when I'm going to go rub it, if I feel like I'm dealing with a Scotch, Scotch Brights, I'm like, yo, man, you fix this up a little bit. My hair, I feel like it's coming off. Like, it's pretty raw right now. You know what I mean? But, nah, I mean, as long as you don't want to go, like, to the 70s, like, you know those girls that had, like, that retarded bush, like, this shit looked like a toothpaste was slapped on her tang? Yeah. I don't want no Donald Trump. Orange Cheeto looking hairy ass pussy. I don't really want that. What about for you women though? When it comes to a man's crotch, you care if he grooms it or if he doesn't groom it.
You need to groom it.
Groom it.
Some grooming would be nice.
Like, yeah,
It's just because some cubes look like burnt taco meat, and I don't like that.
yeah, like if it's too much, just if it's too much, you cut it down some, right?
Oh my god.
Sometimes it's not too much, but it's highly. It's that's rough.
It's like 4C.
Yeah, but like when it's really shrunk down and just dry, and then that's gonna chafe all of my lady bits at the same time, you know, possibly my chin and cheeks. No.
Yeah, no, like you need to manscape the shit out of down there. For
Yeah.
me.
So you need a bald one then.
Yeah.
If you gotta go.
Oh, you prefer completely?
I prefer like he doesn't have to go get Brazilians, but like trim
Brazilian.
all the way. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I think just have it well maintained. It doesn't have to be bald, but well maintained. And I try my best to keep my stuff well maintained. But if it's not, listen, you get what you get.
Don't be upset.
So if that's the approach you're gonna take, then you can't take the approach of him be making sure he grew. You gonna come out there with that jungle bunny. You better be prepared to meet bump uglies with that with that forest.
If that's the case, so be it. It don't matter. Like it doesn't really bother me. Whatever.
Yeah. Well maintained, shave. That's me.
Okay.
That's what I pick.
I rather armpit hairs. Armpit hairs actually, that's what really grosses me out.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it is. I don't
So
know.
you tell me what the
Yeah,
man
because no, because there's some dudes with some armpit hair that just coming down.
Yeah.
Like you can braid it, yo.
Yeah.
Like you can choke somebody with it. No, nah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I agree. That stuff is nasty.
Like if you have a lot of armpit hair, just trim it down some, you know? And I just feel like the sweat gets stuck in there. Like,
Yeah.
Well, the pieces of deodorant clump on it too. And that's
And then they want to put their arm around you with no shirt on, and then
Yeah.
Especially summertime, them hot days.
Yeah.
You look like my grandmother was a lot. God, Jesus.
Yeah, armpit hair is one thing. Like that just it grosses me out. I don't know why.
No, it's understandable.
Okay. How many of you guys ever go to the gym? And when you go to the gym and you got that one person that just cleared the section.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mr.
It was a
and
couple
Mrs.
months I
Rousey?
was at the gym. No. It was a couple months back I was at the gym. And this guy, he comes in there, right? And he walks by. And there was this girl working up behind me, right? And we just both turn around at the same time. We didn't say nothing. We just look at each other. And it's like, we're talking to her mind. We're like, and then finally she's like, did you smell that? And I'm like, yeah. Yo, this man completely clear up the section.
Hold on, though.
Clear it out.
From work and like he work a hard job.
Listen, if you smell green before you start working out,
No.
the showers first.
Listen though. What I'm saying is, some guys who work construction. You know what I mean? They're outside. They're lifting heavy stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're gonna get a little musty. They're working up a sweat. And he goes, "Listen, before I finish the rest of my day, I want to go work out." I'm not giving this guy an excuse. I'm just saying, let's look at circumstances.
But there's difference between hard work smell and
I don't think so.
When you're green,
a smell that underlies that there's bacteria growing on you. Like they're two different things.
Definitely agree.
if you maintain good hygiene,
I agree.
then even if you're working outside doing manual labor, whatever it is,
Yeah.
like because you bathe and you have your deodorant, you shouldn't be smelling green. When you smell green before you hit the gym, like if you go and you're like, if you have to even think about it, go and bathe your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, listen, I'm a different level. Like for me, even when I'm sitting at home and I ain't doing nothing, I'm gonna go to the gym. I take a shower before I go to the gym. Then I take a shower when I come back.
Mhm.
It's like that's who I am. Summertime, I take like 5 showers a day.
Yeah, I don't want to be
Nah,
caught in these streets smelling bad.
yeah, no,
And I'd be wearing natural
never.
deodorant too. So sometimes natural deodorant be sucking up your whole vibrations because
Feeling.
it will have you out here smelling. You trust me. I went through the transition of natural deodorant, and I'm telling you, I was like, this is this ain't right because you have to find one that actually works. Number one, because it will leave. Some of them will leave you out here hanging, and you're like, you gotta sit like this because you're like. So
You're gonna leave
that
quickly, huh?
transition, yo, some of these natural deodorants will have you out here smelling like a prepubescent boy. It's not nice.
Mm-mm.
So, kind of transitioning from there, I would be bathing all the time. Like, I go to work, and even though I'm like sitting down all day in front of a laptop, I'm like, I gotta go shower. I go to the gym. I'm like, let me just hit the showers before I go to the gym because I'm doing this natural deodorant shit.
I never want to be the person that walks past and other people don't want to breathe with their mouth open.
Hell yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Because there's some odors I'm like, if I inhale this, then therefore my tongue is going to taste it because that's just how taste works and smell works, and then it's kind of over for you. So yeah, no.
Right? But
Body odor is a hell of a thing. Mm.
but that's it for it today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all enjoy it. Like, comment, subscribe, okay? Hit that notification bell, become part of the Noti gang. But from your boy Kingy Crush Glass, my daughter, stay safe in these streets. Wash your hands. Wear the mask. Biden's here in America, not in Canada. And stay safe. And shave that wolf pussy, okay? My famo,
Na Vinci.
the co-host of all co-hosts,
This is Free La.
and our 2 guests today, the 2 lovely ladies.
See ya, Miss Asha.
Jenny.
Easy.